Welcome back to the Zero Weakness Podcast, where we talk about how to be a better lifter, how to be a better coach, and everything in between. Make sure you subscribe and enjoy.
All right, you know the intro, say it.
Welcome back to the Zero Weakness Podcast, guys.
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 We are sponsored by Establishment Coffee. You can get 25% off your order using the code. Oh, and free shipping using the code 0W25.
Yeah, we never say the W though.
025.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good public service announcement for anyone who talks to me online. I get really offended when people put a space between 0 and the W. I get really offended when people say 0 without the W. And I get really offended when people don't capitalize the Z and the W. And possibly equally offended when you just capitalize the Z and not the W.
So what is acceptable?
The right word.
Capital Z, capital Z.
Zero.
Zero.
Yes. It would be like me going up to Poods and be like, "Oh, James, I really like your Dalmatian."
It's nothing like that.
Exactly. So when I see someone type it differently, I'm like, that's not my brand.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they leave the W out because weakness doesn't actually exist.
Or I think it's also autocorrect.
No, mine's Is that how autocorrect works? Once you do it enough, it just starts.
Yeah.
okay.
It becomes a word.
Yeah.
All right. I got to start this podcast off by issuing a formal apology. In the last episode that released, we were talking about an inside joke, and the inside joke that we were talking about, we engage in banter quite a bit, and we were talking about things a little bit too liberally, and said some stuff that was very easily misinterpreted as quite offensive. So thank you to the listener who pointed that out to me. Thank you to CJ for rapidly correcting that. So if you go back into listen to the episode, you're not going to find it anyway. But yeah, it's just a reminder. It's easy to forget when we're having these conversations that people are listening to it, and sometimes, it's easy to take it a little bit too far. So it's always good to have that reminder. So thank you, and we will continue to endeavor to keep this as healthy as possible.
I actually forget people listen to this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like, even for you guys, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
Nah.
Like
I do.
You know, because you were there with me.
No, I watched the podcast and I thought about it before you brought it up.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say anything?
It was just such a quick turnaround. Like, it got uploaded. I watched it.
Oh, that's testament to CJ.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
There you go.
Did we laugh or?
Yeah. I'll remind you about it after.
Yeah. Or say it again. Double down on it.
Nah.
No.
No. And because anything that we've had times where we've said stuff and we're like, oh, we better take that out, and we take it out. But it was just something that was so organic and something that was, it just rolled off the tongue. And don't get me wrong, if you're listening to this, it wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't like earth shattering because, again, not many people would have even picked up on it. But we are genuinely here to support the lifter and provide the best lifter experience, and that extends to this podcast. So it's just a reminder to be mindful of what we say.
100%.
And I could have just swept this under the rug. Like, again, you guys wouldn't have even known about it for the most part, and most listeners wouldn't have even known about it. But I'm big on owning any errors, and I'm big on talking to the people that support us and that help us be as good as we can be. And so these conversations are important to have.
100%. Good on you, Tom, bro.
All right. So what are we grateful for? Meg?
I start.
Sure.
I'm grateful to have the opportunity to join you guys on this podcast. That's my grateful.
Nice. It doesn't pay great.
Yeah.
in my experience.
Job.
It may not pay at all. You wait and see.
There's 2 pieces of bread there if you want to bite.
Vogels.
Gosh.
I bought that bread. No, you did.
James, what are you grateful for today?
I am grateful for my sleep lately has been very good.
Nice.
Mm.
What are you averaging?
Probably like the last 3 nights I haven't gotten up once to go toilet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I've slept right through.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you snoring?
Bridget doesn't. She hasn't said I've been snoring. So, do you know? I don't know, but do you guys catch yourself snoring?
When like if I don't sleep with my CPAP, I'll wake myself up, choking and snoring. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Sometimes I'll be like so relaxed I can just hear myself snoring, and I'm like, "Fuck, that's loud."
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Like you're in that half like sleep dream sort of state. Yeah, I get that like that if I sleep on planes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm grateful for my sleep lately.
Nice.
CJ, what do you got?
I am grateful for the internet. Reflecting on it, it's just made life so much more convenient. There's just so much that it really helps with everything that you do. It's a big part of your everyday life now. So
Big time.
yeah, big time.
Big time. Loses the Optus network once.
Oh, I'm so grateful I'm not on Optus. That's my other grateful.
Did you see what they've done as compensation?
Nah.
So they've offered all Optus members 200 gigs of data as compensation.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's good.
But you're Optus and you didn't even know about it. Like you have to opt in.
I need to.
Oh.
You have to claim it.
Yeah,
Oh,
how big of a
gosh.
slap in the face is that? It's like,
Come
no,
on.
just give it to the customer.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Yeah.
They're going to be fucked now, eh? Because that's the second time in.
Oh, yeah, they had the data thing.
The data breach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's passwords got released. License. My mate had to change his license.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I'm on Optus and I didn't have anything go down.
Oh,
I think most people would probably fall into my camp where it's like you just can't be bothered. Like with these things, you're just kind of locked in and you're just like, whatever, let it slide. It would be such a hassle. Anyway, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for the pool that we have. We have a pool at the new place. And I don't swim. I'm not going to swim. But Jerry the dog, he loves swimming, and it's so funny watching him swim.
Jerry the
But I've seen you guys have been getting in it every day.
No, I stand on the step, so it's
Yeah.
up to my knees. I don't go further than that. I'll drown.
You won't.
You're going to love that in summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best.
I prefer aircon.
All right, you guys got some quotes? Meg, you got a quote?
No, but
What do you mean?
well, I forgot
This is the
about I
podcast. We do
forgot
a quote
about-
every week.
I forgot about the quote part, but I'll make my first official one, like my trademark quote, which
Okay.
is "Show up anyway."
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, this is what we all do.
Show up anyway.
Look at these guys.
Yeah, Bridget.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Oh.
The greatest hell is the person. Is when the person you are meets the person you could have been.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that one. That's some of your best work.
My best work.
Where did you get that from? Or is it just in
Chris
your...
Williamson. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Who's
Big
that?
fan of. He's like some British guy that's a big time speaker, bald, real muscular dude.
Like a motivational speaker.
Yeah, kind of.
Chris Williamson,
You'd know him if you saw him. He's all over
Yeah.
social at the
but
moment.
he's bald.
Yeah, or
Is he
shaved,
bald?
shaved head.
Oh, is he kind of? Does he look like Chris Martin, like from
Kind of,
Coldplay?
yes, yeah.
I think I've seen him.
I love that you know Chris Martin.
Yeah.
That's CJ's favorite band.
Yeah.
Are you a Tom Bilyeu fan? I reckon you'd really like him.
Tom.
Tom Bilyeu. If you look
Okay.
up, wait, am I saying his name wrong? No, I'm not. If you look up a podcast called Impact Theory,
Oh, I've heard of this.
yeah,
Okay.
I think you'd really like his stuff if you're into Chris Williamson stuff.
Sweet.
My one is success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts.
Ooh.
So basically, I just ripped off last week. Last week was just keep swimming. It's just the same thing.
Yeah, the Dory.
All right, so my quote is, I've got a few here, so I need to go through them.
Yeah, you on Stog Daily again?
Yes, I am. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive.
Pretty sure you've used that one.
Yeah.
Nah, they're all kind of along the same line.
They're along the same.
Yeah.
They all kind of sound the same. But yeah, that's my quote.
Nice.
All right, what have we been up to? What have you been up to, Meg? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Can we call this a show?
Yeah.
You just ripped off Gooby too. Welcome to the show.
That's a show you don't want to be
Yeah,
on.
we're about to expose you.
Oh gosh.
Good. well, this is new for me. I feel a bit rusty, but I'm excited. Training, and thankfully everything is coming together because my training has been tumultuous and really, really weird. But I had a great session the other day, and I am sticking to it. I'm going to do Christmas Cup December 2nd.
Ooh,
That's what I've been up to.
let's go.
Hanging out with the dogs, going to bed earlier. I'm used to sleeping at midnight, but we've been going to bed at maybe say 9 or 8:30,
It's
Which
too
is-
late.
which is crazy for me. And then waking up quite early too, like sometimes 6, 7. So getting used to that, but I like it. I really like it.
What time do you go to bed then?
My ideal is like 7:38.
Me too.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
That's nuts.
There was a period in my household where everyone was in bed before 7. Like when we were running
We're all
heaps.
running heaps.
Yeah. And then Tez, she goes to bed at like 6:30 every night. 6:37.
What time does she wake up?
Oh, she gets up. She doesn't anymore, but she used to be up at like, they both used to be up at like 3:30.
I do feel better. It's just hard to do sometimes. But I definitely feel better going to bed earlier.
I still find it hard I've been getting up early forever. Do you still find it hard?
To what?
Get up early?
No, because if I use an alarm, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I hate waking up with an alarm. Doesn't matter how early or late it is. But if I wake up organically, I don't care what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I prefer to go to bed early, because I want to wake up early, but I'll never set an alarm to wake up early just for the sake of it. Hate alarms. I can't sleep. I can't sleep if there's an alarm on.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
think about it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. What have you been up to, CJ?
Not much. Still kind of a bit fluey, but this is my first week back at training because I'm mostly over it now off the back end of it, the sickness. So yeah, first week back, and things are actually not feeling too bad. So I'm kind of just repeating the week that I did before I got sick, and yeah, everything feels all right.
Will we be seeing you on the platform at APL States?
Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
If you don't want to be showing up your face around here anymore.
Oh no.
I would strongly suggest you do it. No, you should.
Yeah.
You should.
All right.
Be a nice comp to hit your first 800 total.
Jeez. No, don't put that on me. God.
Yeah, it'd be easy. 350, 180, then the deadlift to make up the rest.
350.
Nice. What have I been up to? Just working,
Eating lots of protein.
chugging along.
Nice.
That's just my average standard amount of protein.
What is it?
I don't know. What was
It was 280 something. I think
Yeah.
that's quite high.
That is very high.
It's 2 times my body weight.
No, it's not.
What? 280. Is that standard? No, that's very high.
we calculated yesterday. This is standard.
I think my standard is around 250.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit higher at the moment because I'm dieting. You set that compensation level, baby.
I find it so hard getting that much protein because my protein was at 220 and you're having like 400 grams of raw chicken with a meal. It gets tiresome.
Maybe you should go mince. It's easier to have.
Yeah, but then my fats were, I don't know, then mince is more
Really high,
expensive.
yeah.
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 My standard meat is like kangaroo fillet, 200 grams a day, kangaroo mince, 500 grams a day.
3 protein shake scoops.
Then I normally have 2 to 3 scoops of protein, chobani,
Wow.
and then the incidental stuff from other stuff.
Yeah. Do you
So
find?
it's not that. So with that said, it's not that much food volume.
Yeah, that's all right. It's still hard.
What were you gonna say? Do I find what?
Do you find it hard though? Like, nah.
No,
250 kangaroo mince per meal? Or
Yeah.
like, yeah. Okay.
meat's so good.
Yeah, fair enough. It's the protein shakes that get me. They've started making.
I hate whey protein.
They've started to make me feel nauseous.
Before, like, because you know what's coming, and you're like,
Yeah, but you know when you're younger and you get into training, you go
Yeah.
looking for all the different fancy flavors. and
Yeah.
Do you go on water?
yeah. But if I go full cream, I don't really feel nauseous.
Yeah.
it's the taste then that you don't
Yeah.
like.
There's this high protein almond milk that I buy, and it's disgusting. Like, it is so gross if you put it in something like a coffee or try and drink it on its own. But if you put it in a shake, it kind of makes it creamy and it has no taste that comes with it.
Okay.
So I use that.
Oh.
Yeah. Low cal and high protein. Yeah, but it's so gross if you try it on anything else.
Yeah, yuck.
Damn.
What have I been up to? Nothing. I'm injured at the moment.
Yeah. How's your adductor?
Very not great at all.
How did you do it?
Jiu-jitsu.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I hurt my adductor last Wednesday, and yeah, it's really sore.
Are you willing to talk about your other injury, or is that off limits?
Nah, that's not off limits.
Oh,
yeah.
tell the people.
So I squashed my nuts at jiu-jitsu as well, like proper squashed them.
Dang.
Yeah.
Was someone in your guard and like kneed or something?
Yep. Someone was in my guard, and then I just
gosh.
squashed them. And I felt it, and I was like, "What the hell?" And then, I should have. I thought I was told you I was going to give it another day, and then I'm like, "All right, I'm going to go hospital or whatever, or the doctors to go get it checked out." And then because I crushed my nuts so hard, my nuts went like up into my stomach.
Are you serious?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah. And then like, this is probably too much information, but then the muscle around your nuts, the scrotum muscle, like
Yeah.
tightens up, and yeah, and then my nuts were swollen, and it was really fucking sore.
Oh, so that's a proper.
It was scary. I was looking it up. I thought I had like testicular torsion and things like that.
I had a friend who got that, like got them tied up and had to get surgery to
Yeah.
unwind it. It's pretty crazy.
It's happened to quite a few. Apparently, if you leave it long enough, they have to remove one of the testicles.
Yeah, nuts.
So what's the go now?
I'm sweet now, but my
Oh, gosh.
adductor's just fucked.
What's the gonads?
Jeez.
It was sad because my mate, my like favorite training partner, he did his ACL the same night.
Oh,
Yeah.
like proper ACL as
Yeah.
in surgery sort of deal?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, poor guy, he's fucked it.
Has he already got it, or is he like on a waiting list or something?
I'm not too sure. I haven't spoke to him in a few days.
See, this is why I don't do other things. Too dangerous.
This is why instead you load 400 on your back.
Yeah, but that's safe.
Too dangerous.
But CJ, he uses a gold standard technique.
That's right.
when
That's
it's
right.
That's safe. There's like no
That's
one's
safe.
No one's coming up and kicking me in the nuts while I'm squatting.
You never know.
They could, but they probably won't. Less likely than in jiu-jitsu.
It's free casuals this week. You don't know who's walking through the door.
Yeah. So did anyone? Could you connect with anyone on that? As in, like, did you know anyone else who had that same injury before?
The nuts?
The nuts.
Nah. I was just Googling, and yeah.
It's a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was the worst. I was so
I'm
paranoid.
done for.
But the thing I told you, I thought it was a hernia at one stage, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Nah, but
Yeah, crazy.
Jeez.
yeah, but so I'm injured at the moment, and yeah, I don't know. I need to go. Yeah, we'll give it some time.
You'll bounce back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been injured and sick this entire year.
That's not true. You've had some good runs.
Yeah, sporadically, very sporadically.
That's all you need.
Mm.
It's how I've lived my life the last 10 years. Made some progress in there somewhere. It's good. We were talking the other day, just to change topic, Meg and I were talking the other day about people who are unreasonably strong at accessories. Who stands out to you if I say that? Like, who's someone that really stands out to you as being really strong at accessories?
Jack Barnes.
Is he?
Yeah,
He's got a really strong RDL.
he's got a strong every accessory.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so Declan for me stands out as super strong on
Yeah.
accessories.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think I could hold stack the prime chest press even fresh.
Nah, so I've been pushing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't tried, but I've done 3 from the stack for a set of 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he goes really hard on like the chest supported row.
Yeah.
On everything, really.
Mm.
He pushes hard.
Oh, David Wilcock.
Yeah. I mean, like he's a
Yeah.
poster child for it.
He did the hack squat and did 5 plates aside for set of 8 the other day.
Yeah.
And every rep was the hardest rep you've ever seen in your life.
Wait, how many set? How many plates?
5 each side.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
On the hack.
Yeah. So for me, Jordo has always been super impressive, especially with leg accessories.
Yep.
Same thing. He did 5.5 plates the other side for sets on the hack squat. But I remember I can't remember what I was training for. Maybe it was when I was in that equipped prep. But I was on the pendulum, and I think we were doing 4 plates total. And 4 plates on that pendulum is hard as hell. And I think I was doing like as hard as I could a set of 10, and he was doing pause sets of 5, and then just for fun he did a pause set of 10. Just smoked me.
Do you know who else? Laura.
Oh, Laura, as in Eli and Laura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah.
Really?
She was
Yeah.
doing.
Oh yes.
Remember seeing her do single leg press
Yes.
with 5 plates on each side?
What?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah.
I can't even do 2
Like,
legs with
just
5
do,
plates
like,
each
Oh
side.
my gosh.
Because I haven't done the leg press in forever. So I asked someone, was it you, CJ? I was like, is that heavy?
Yes, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like Sue level heavy.
Yeah. And because Bridget was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Daniel's really strong on every accessory.
Daniel.
Carpenter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Like it's interesting, and I'm not trying to take a dig of any of the people that we just mentioned, but to like look at the correlation between accessory strength and compound strength, because I feel like I fulfill the other direction. I feel like how strong I am on squat, bench, deadlift doesn't match up to how weak I am on accessories. Like, there's plenty of females that hamstring curl way more than me. Plenty. And my hip thrust would tap out at a quarter of like Megan Dana.
Yeah, right. I'm very selective in the accessories I like
Yeah.
really try to progress.
I maintain the
Yeah.
only accessories I'm good at is triceps.
Yeah?
Everything else weak as hell.
Now, you had a good overhead press.
On overhead press, yeah.
Yeah. How many can you do 100 with barbell?
My best is 10.
10.
But that was when my bench was like 190.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Jeez.
I don't even think I could do 100 for one these days on a barbell.
I reckon I think I did 90 for one.
I was actually just thinking this morning I want to push it.
Mm.
I was thinking on my walk, I was like, yeah, I think I want to push barbell overhead. I saw Alex Evans post a 140 that he did like 9 years ago.
I like the video. Do you see how he...
It was a push press,
Yeah.
but it was strong as hell. Yeah, and then he checks. He's like,
Yeah.
who saw that?
What's the most you've jerked?
I don't think I ever have.
Oh.
Yeah, not properly.
Which one's jerk? Is it overhead or just like
So
that?
jerks from your shoulders.
Oh.
So it's just, that's the portion. So the cleans from the ground to your shoulders, and then the jerk's just that part.
You mean a split jerk or just any?
Any jerk.
Like, would you categorize a jerk as like jumping underneath it versus a push press, just like momentum from your legs?
Well, I feel like a push press is a lot harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've jerked 120 when I was like 70 something kilos.
Like, I feel like a jerk is you're doing a push press, but also trying to jump your body down underneath it. Yeah.
Got to get under it
Yeah.
really quickly.
What a skill.
All right. Well, big fan of the show, and I got to meet him at the Orange Comp. His name's Gus Collier. So shout out to Gus. We had a good chat at that comp. We got a photo. That was cool. Gus recommended that we talk about training while pregnant. And I'll disclaimer this by saying we're not experts on that. Like, if you are pregnant and you're seeking training advice, my first piece of advice would be find someone who specializes in this. And there are plenty of people out there that do. But I'd ask you, Meg, have you had any experience with this, being predominantly a female coach?
Only twice so far. The most recent one was my client Jenny. She just had her baby. And we were pretty much catching up semi-regularly, once every 2 weeks, just to be able to adjust training according to the week just gone, rather than, I don't know, touching base every 4 or 6 weeks, because you just never know. And she just kept getting stronger, and I'd be like, don't push. And she's like, I'm not. Like, I'm really holding myself back here. And towards the end, like maybe 4 weeks out from giving birth, she matched her deadlift PB without a belt. That's like, to me, ideal, but I don't think that's the case for everybody. You just really don't know. But she had obviously been training all the way up until falling pregnant. So again, this would never apply to someone who might be new to training, of course, or not very well versed.
There's actually a physiological reason for that. So like, as your hormones change through pregnancy, you're geared to be more strong because you're carrying another person, carrying a little person around, and you're getting ready to carry a person around once you give birth as well. And in fact, there are certain compounds like performance enhancing drugs that come from that are sort of stemmed from female hormones during pregnancy.
So it would have felt lighter for her?
Yeah, it should have. Yeah, she should have felt stronger.
So
Wow.
I think
Wow.
I think DECA comes from like the hormonal profile of pregnant women.
That's crazy.
I could be wrong with that. I could be way off.
So your client Jenny's actually cheating.
Yes.
Doesn't count.
She's on performance enhancing drugs.
Exactly.
I'll let her know.
Exactly.
She's pregnant.
But I mean, it's like, you know, people say, oh, that person's not natural because they take tests. It's like, well, your body makes tests. So technically they're more natural.
Even more natural.
Even more natural.
Yes.
Even more natty.
Well-
Now, the general advice for training while pregnant is, or for activity while pregnant is stay as normal as possible. You're not meant to change too much. But I think there's something to be said for lifting heavy weights, as in like the pursuit of peak performance is going to have to take a back seat for sure, especially beyond the latter end of the second trimester. So first 2 trimesters, you can stay pretty normal. Third trimester, obviously things are going to be a bit different. But plenty of people train all the way through.
Yeah.
Plenty of people do it. Again, seek professional advice on this. Things to me would be like, obviously you're not going to try and max out. You're probably going to stop using a belt. You're probably looking to reduce pressure around your abdomen while there's a little baby in there. Yeah, go.
I was just going to say, it also really depends on where you are currently in your training journey or like in your fitness journey.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to use people like Bianca Daniels,
Yeah.
for example. Her training didn't really look any different besides, like you said, the reduction in maybe a little bit of load and a little bit of volume, but for the most part, it's the exact same. But she's very well trained and she's very well experienced at what she does. So, you know, it probably wasn't too much of a change for her, besides the aspect of peaking for competitions and things like that.
Yeah, she's not getting under 200 kilos and squatting it, but there's no reason why she can't do squat, bench, deadlift.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that she was widening her stance and a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, your belly's getting in the way. You got to make some room for sure.
Yeah, and who else? Claire Tiatumi. She just 6 weeks. I could be completely wrong. 6 weeks postpartum.
Okay.
I think Bridget said, and she came second at the Rogue Invitational.
Yeah, crazy.
That's fucked,
Oh
eh?
my gosh.
So she must have kept a really high level of fitness to an extent while she was pregnant, which is absolutely. But then again, she's the best in the world.
Yeah.
Like she's a clear outlier.
Yeah. I think the thing to remember is like just stay logical. It's like if you become pregnant, you don't have to stop and sit on the couch and do nothing because we're not designed to do that. We didn't come this far as a species by sitting around and doing nothing. We were moving around. You know, we had to move around. We had to go from place to place. We had to still find food. Like you are designed to move, and there's nothing wrong with doing activity. Again, it's just like don't be chasing peak performance because it's not the time and the place to do it. James is just going to the toilet. I don't actually know what's next on our topic list. Let's have a look. But yeah, my big piece of advice, if you are pregnant, find a lifting specialist. Don't just go to a GP because a GP is going to cover their ass and just basically say, oh, don't lift weights. That's a bad idea. They don't want to say lift weights and then you do something dumb and hurt yourself or the baby. So find a coach or a specialist, a physio who understands lifting and get their advice on this kind of things, on these kind of things. Oh, this is a good one for you, Meg. What's a training myth that you used to believe?
Training or
Yeah.
a training myth?
Or you can say a diet myth if like the general fitness sphere.
A lot more diet ones come to mind.
Like what?
I'll try to think of a training one too. Diet one, that any processed food was bad. I obviously don't believe that anymore.
Yeah, obviously.
Jeez. Obviously.
What other training myths did I believe? Oh, why did
Give us an example though.
The
Like when
most-
you say like you thought all processed foods were bad, like how far did that go?
it was chronic? Like I was so afraid of putting on weight for one, and also just like the harm that a food with chemicals could cause me, that I was avoiding chewing gum, thinking about the chemicals, but also that whatever I ingest from the saliva and the chewing gum would make me put on weight. Like it was bad.
It's crazy because a lot of the chemicals, like colors and stuff like this, are all sourced naturally. They all come from like flowers, and there's a color that comes from a beetle. Like there's a lot of the numbers that we see on the back of food labels are actually naturally sourced things.
Yeah.
And so it becomes, with people like you, obviously, you've created in your head back then some fear around a particular thing, and it's just become true without you having understanding of how the food system works. And so many people do that. When you say ingesting chemicals, what about the chemicals that they spray on
Oh, I know.
fruits and vegetables?
Yeah.
What about the naturally occurring chemicals that, if I said, eat this ascorbic acid, like, oh, acid, that sounds bad or good, depending on what kind of acid you like. Acid, that sounds bad. It's just vitamin C.
Isn't that what they put on sour lollies, or am I thinking something different?
I'm not sure.
I thought of a training one.
Yeah.
I was worried that doing squats and deadlifts would make my waist thick.
Mm.
Thought that for a long time.
I remember my younger brother.
Wait, hang on. You still avoid exercises because of that.
No. Okay, that's not fair.
That's not fair.
I don't. I just don't need to be doing side planks. I don't want to.
I don't want to.
Because the obliques will make your abs, the midsection, thick.
I just don't have the goal of having thicker obliques. That's different. It's not because I'm afraid of it. And if I'm going to do a core exercise, I'll do something different.
How's that going for your labrum?
Not good.
James, sorry, what were you going to say?
I just remember my younger brother. He used to wear a belt for every single exercise,
Nice.
just because he didn't want his. And he didn't squat, bench, or did. Oh no, he didn't squat or deadlift because he didn't want his waist to get blocky.
Yeah, nice.
I did the same because he did it. I was like, oh yeah, it looks like I'm doing that too. I could probably find some photos of me in like some stringer-esque singlets with a belt on, like one of those little thin
Yeah.
Harbinger belts.
Please do.
Hey.
I'm trying to think of myths that I really believed, and I'm having a hard time.
No,
You have
me
any,
neither.
CJ?
I mean, I used to think deadlifts were bad for your back.
Mm.
And here I am with an injured back from deadlifting. Yeah, no. But
I've got one. I've got one. So I remember reading in Arnold's encyclopedia about vacuum posing. Like he was big on vacuum posing. And he said a way to train vacuum posers to create a smaller waist was to walk around sucking in. And so I remember I used to walk over the Goodwill Bridge in Brisbane from South Bank to uni. And I would try from the bus stop all the way to my lab that day to hold like a vacuum pose the whole way.
I definitely believe that too, because
Yeah.
that was ingrained into us in ballet. And so even after I stopped ballet, I did it for years, not intentionally. I would just suck in walking around for years. And I started to believe it because I was like, oh, I've kind of got a small waist. Maybe it is true. So I believed that for a long time.
There's I still like. There's still. I wouldn't say they're myths, but how many times do you like see someone you admire do something, and you end up doing it yourself too, and you know there's absolutely no merit to it?
That's what zero programming is based off. just shit I've seen online.
And you're like, oh, I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if this is a
So
myth or
true.
not, but I feel really good fasted.
Yeah.
And I always have. And I'll continue to like go through bouts of fasting whenever I'm trying to
What's fasting for you?
not eating from like 8 p.m. until midday.
Oh, you mean daily, not like a 24-hour flush?
On a weekend, every now and again, I'll do like a 22-hour fast or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I did a 24-hour one not long ago. And yeah, feel good.
I prefer not to eat till later in the day for the most part, especially on the weekends. I try and hold off till around lunchtime.
Yeah.
That's more just because I can eat more in the back end of the day then without
yeah.
overeating.
Me too. That's what I do. It's a good feeling. But other myths, training myths.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones. I did a lot of dumb training stuff, like training calves 45 minutes at the end of a session twice a week. Literally had no calves until I got fat anyway. Then I grew big calves.
I remember. Well, this isn't a myth. This is just dumb. But I remember one of my mates. It came up as a memory. He's like, anyone keen to do the Rich Piana 6-hour arm session?
Nice.
And I wrote, if I'm free, I commented, if I'm free, bro, I'm keen.
Did you do it?
No.
Why not?
Could you imagine
6 hours?
6 hours of arms?
That's so long.
I don't even know what you do for 6 hours.
I do. I don't know. I feel like arm sessions are weird because it's. I don't want to say like because you're doing the exact same thing. You only got two options.
Yeah.
Like you're just going to extend your arm to do a tricep, and then you're going to flex your
Yeah.
arm to do a bicep.
Or forearms, direct forearm training.
I like forearm training though. That's cool.
There are a couple of food ones that we have in our household, just by extension of my mum, that even though I don't really necessarily believe them, I still maintain. Like, for example, ice water. I don't drink much because she thinks room temperature or hot water is better. So I'll do that.
Which is weird because you drink plenty of iced drinks.
Yeah,
Really
iced coffee.
compromise.
Iced coffee.
Yeah.
Well, now that you mentioned that, like it's not a training myth, but CJ, you can Vicks.
Oh yeah.
Like I still think about Vicks whenever I'm sick, and I'm like,
Yeah.
just like with
Coke. Do you guys have Coke?
Nah.
No?
when we're sick.
Yeah.
No,
Nah.
No soda?
No, only when I party.
No. No. Jeez.
Yeah, no. I was brought up on if you were vomiting or you felt like you were going to vomit to drink Sprite.
Yeah, flat Sprite, eh?
Mine was never flat.
Oh, I thought it was flat Sprite.
What's the point though? I never understood why that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought the bubbles was meant to help, so I don't know why
Yeah.
you'd have flat
Yeah,
Sprite.
that's what I thought too.
Yeah, the carbonated. Yeah, I don't know.
But your mum probably did something similar. Like, but Filipinos, whenever you get sick, Vicks is anything's wrong with you, Vicks will fix it.
Yeah.
You know, Vicks Vapor Rub.
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have you could come home with a broken arm and your mum would rub Vicks on it.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd normally just get smacked.
Yeah, that too. Oh my
Yeah, and that.
Wasting my time. Sick. I've been working out 12 hours a day. How do you think I feel?
You know,
Sorry, Mum.
You know, there was an episode a while ago when I spoke about how like ethnic mums can be really just they don't know what they're saying or they don't know the magnitude of like how offensive the things they're saying.
Oh gosh.
And I talked about the one when I was really depressed,
Yeah.
and when my mum said, "Your cousins are poor and they don't want to kill themselves."
Yeah.
So many people messaged about that one. Eh?
Saying like,
Really?
Yeah, similar things with
Yeah.
their like ethnic parents. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh, no.
Something my mum used to do if I had like a real bad fever is that she'd make me like sleep with 1 billion blankets on.
Really?
So I'd sweat throughout the night.
to sweat it out.
Yeah.
Did it work?
I can't think of anything worse.
Yeah. I'd always feel better the next day. But I don't know if it's just because I slept. Like, and just
Or you
slept
just
it.
got better.
Yeah, or I just got better. But yeah, she's like, you got to, sweat it all out. Sweat out the fever. Get your body really hot.
I wonder.
But it's so hard to sleep.
I can't remember. Like I was obviously joking about Mum before. I can't remember what we used to do as kids. I know we had a nebulizer because
What's that?
we all had real bad asthma. It's like a kind of like a CPAP.
Okay.
You know how people have puffers?
Yeah.
It's like a CPAP, and it puts that sort of medicine through your lungs. Me and my brothers always had like bronchitis or pneumonia, and we were always constantly on this like nebulizer thing. But I moved to live with my dad when I was 13, and he was apple cider vinegar fixed every single problem known to mankind.
Wait, did you used to do that? Apple cider vinegar in the morning?
No, I tried it once because he told me I was sick or something. He's like, you need to try this. And I was like, this is foul. And I never did it again.
It's foul.
I used to do it every morning. Like a little phase.
Little health shot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like on an empty stomach before you had it.
Yeah, with warm water.
Yeah. Did it help or like did you find it like
I don't know.
difference?
The internet said it was good, so I did it.
Yeah.
When Meg got really sick at Will's wedding.
Yep.
That weekend. She was
I got really sick that weekend too.
She was dying. And Dana gave us these herb things, like something a naturopath made up for sickness, and it was the most foul thing I've ever experienced.
It was disgusting, and I found out later on because I told her how much I hated it, and I was like, there was licorice root in it, and she said that the naturopath added in the licorice root not for its healing properties, but to help with the taste.
Oh no!
And I hate licorice more than anything. Anything.
So I'm okay with like bad tastes with medicine and stuff. I don't mind putting stuff in my mouth like that, but like I was dreading it,
Yeah.
and I don't know why I was taking it either. I wasn't that sick.
Yeah, what were you?
Moral support.
Yeah, moral support.
Oh,
yeah.
it was so bad, but it
was-
worked.
It was powerful.
really?
Yeah, I think it worked by the mechanism of making you hate life so much. It took your mind off the sickness.
yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, life is better without this in my mouth. And it's stuck in your mouth for like half an hour as well. It's so bad.
Lingered. Oh.
There's a myth I want to know about because I kind of believe it, but I don't know if it's true. Is it bad to have coffee first thing on an empty stomach, like when you wake up, before having like a sip of water or something like that?
Bad for what?
Cortisol. I don't know. I read something.
I mean, it's a big hit of caffeine. It's going to spike a lot of that stuff. But I don't know.
I don't know. I've heard both.
Yeah.
I've heard
What?
like it's good for like some say it's good for your metabolism to have it first thing in the morning. Some people say you should wait before
That's
putting
what
caffeine.
I see a lot.
Yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think it's one of these things where it's so minimal, it doesn't actually matter. It's like what's bad for you, cortisol, stressing about your whole entire life, not a little coffee here and there.
I used to really drink like the Andrew Huberman Kool-Aid and, you know, try like optimize my mornings and...
Well, you can't sun your nuts anymore. They've gone up into your body. So throw that one out the window.
Just take my shirt off.
Sun your belly nuts.
Belly button.
But, you know, and I'd like, you know, you created all these little habits in the morning. And I was like, I just made my mornings way more chaotic than they were.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, the things I do now is I try not to go on my phone as soon as I wake up.
Yeah.
That's like an easy one, but I didn't need to get up and, you know, maybe in that served a purpose at that point in my life where I was getting up and, you know, doing a little meditation on the Calm app and things like that. But I'm like, now I look back, I'm like, that was so much more stressful. For me.
You were selling it to me too. You're like, Meg, you got to get onto this app.
I know. And I was like, wait, I'm good.
You're an evangelist of anything you love at the time, though.
Yeah. I really am.
I think that's a nice trait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very chaotic too, though, because be like, oh, Henny, I don't do that anymore. Oh, you were so into it. Yeah, I was.
That's how I am to my friend Gam. Like, I'll be like, you have to try this, but my stamp of approval for her means nothing anymore because it's something new every week.
It's nothing to her.
She's like, yeah, okay.
Like what? What's an example?
Everything. Like, I'll be like, you got to try this sunscreen, you got to try this drink, you got to watch this show. And she takes it with a very heavy dose of salt.
What's that with training? Like that's how we got onto this conversation anyway. Like training things that we see that we copy. Because you do that a lot in your training.
See stuff and copy it. I just like to try everything
Yeah.
because I don't think there's any bad exercises at all.
I like that.
I feel like I don't get exposed enough to other training that anymore. As in, like I don't really pay attention to what I see. A lot of squat, bench, deadlift, and not a lot of other things to get creative about.
I probably have a bit more motivation to, like, so I see Scott from Effectus every now and then, and I pick his brain for like an hour about little things because a lot of my clients don't have SBD problems. They have like, I can't feel my glutes like this problem. And so I think I have more incentive to just try every leg exercise or every single leg exercise.
Yeah, I do that with training all the time. I'll watch Olympic weightlifters for a whole week, and all of a sudden I'm training like a Chinese Olympic weightlifter. Like I've already thought about my workout today because I saw a wrestler do it on YouTube last night.
Nice.
Wrestler.
I think there's big benefit, especially with like strength and conditioning clients, like playing around with different or more Gen Poppy sort of clients, just playing around with different stuff, having a bit of fun, just trialing different things out because pretty much anything's going to work with people at that scale. I'm very careful about changing things up for powerlifters just because, you know, we've got our tried and true methods. But I'll throw some variety in there every now and again.
I like it just for two reasons. I like being able to have this conversation with anyone. I can talk a lot about training because I've tried so many things and I've watched so many things.
Yep.
I follow so many different people within the space that all have like, you know, polarizing or complete opposite views.
Yep.
But I like understand a lot of the methods and principles people use. So I think it's cool in that sense. Like I can talk about it and be like, oh, no, I understand why you do that. And or we could try it this way. Or like it's fun with, like, I haven't got anyone at the moment, but like S&C clients, you know, in the off season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just adds a lot of variety to the training and it's fun, makes it enjoyable, makes the hour, because you can imagine for a lot of those professional athletes, the gym's a chore. They do it because they have to. They don't give a fuck about the gym.
Yep.
So if you can get them in here for an hour, 45 minutes and enjoy their time in here and yeah, it's good.
Yeah, your sessions look fun.
Yeah.
The stuff you do, like the jumping over the hurdles, throwing the ball, like that all looks really fun.
Yeah, even like doing like, you know, I had like some NRL boys doing box squats, like quite high box squats. I wouldn't get any powerlifters to do that. They don't need to do that. But for him, you know, it's powerlifters already squat that high.
I was going to say,
I saw your face.
You knew it. You knew it.
We're already halfway there, guys.
I saw your face.
It's bad. That's bad.
So yeah, like, yeah, no, it's fun.
No, what you just said is really important though, like having tried a whole bunch of stuff. I feel like that's where a big part of the strength of my coaching is that very few coaches have had, let alone the experience of trying it on themselves. I've had the experience of trying pretty much every method on a whole bunch of clients. And so not only do I know how it feels for myself, but I know how it'll express itself in people of different sporting backgrounds or different builds or different injury profiles. And it gives you a lot of foresight to be able to have a conversation with a prospective client or a current client and be like, oh, so you're experiencing this because of this, before they even bring it up. And they're like, well, yeah, how did you know that? It's just like, because we've done it a million times.
One thing as well with that, like what I used to do, especially with S&C, because I've never really had like for powerlifting, I've had you as my like mentor the whole time I've been in it. So it's very easy for me to come to you with something and you justify like your thought process, or, you know, give me some context behind why I'm thinking the way I am about certain things. But with S&C, it's been very like on my own. I've had a few mentoring calls here and there, but it's been like me picking up things myself. So I used to let S&C coaches dictate the way I thought about things. So I remember there was one period I used to get people to stick the landing. And then in S&C, it was a massive thing about like, oh, why would you get them to stick their landing? Like, sports are chaotic. They can't decide how they're going to land. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm not doing that. I'm embarrassed I'm doing that. You know, because I've heard people that I looked up to, like Angus and Will Rattel and that talk about that. And then, like, I don't know, I just had one day I was like, wait, why am I letting it's just their opinions dictate my thought process? Because now I'm like, no, I actually think that's really good, being able to stick the landing. Sports are chaotic and you can't predict how you can land, but you can, I don't know, I think it's cool to be able to stop on a dime and control your body, you know, when you're moving at crazy amounts of speed or things like that.
Exactly. They get that chaotic exposure in their training outside of the gym. Like we can control a lot more variables inside of the gym. So there's merit to both ways of thinking, but at the end of the day, most coaches are just making shit up as they go along.
Yeah.
And it is so easy to be influenced by other people and what they say. You know, just like any debate in powerlifting coaching, RPE or percentage, high frequency or low frequency, high volume, low volume, lots of accessories, no accessories. It's very easy to look at what you're doing, see it different to someone else. But I guarantee there's someone who's doing something similar to you that's also getting great results. And so you have to kind of stick to your guns and stick to what's working in front of you, because there might be some other factors involved. Or, and this is probably the case most of the time, the results that you think people are getting are probably not as powerful as what they project them to be.
Because I feel like people that go down these alternative routes of, training methods, they're already well trained. So like Tom Bro, at the moment, you love percentage-based training. We all do. But if you decided to do a whole year of RPE training, you're still going to get stronger.
Sure.
And you're not going to go, wow, RPE is actually way better. It got me way stronger. It's like, no, you trained another year.
Yeah.
You had another 52 weeks of training.
Yeah. And you knew how to drive that vehicle.
Yeah.
Like you could do it without being silly.
Yeah. Where are we up to?
All right. Well, maybe jump to some of those this or that's and finish up with this, with that, with
right.
this or that.
All right. Would you rathers? These are would you rathers. Bridget normally does this, but she's a little bit under the weather. So I put together some really quickly. Would you rather have a personal maid or chef?
Maid.
Why?
Because Thomas cooks really well.
Yeah, Tom Brady. You're a gun cook, eh?
Yeah, he is.
Personal maid or chef? I'm going to say maid.
You love cooking.
Yeah, that's why. I enjoy cooking.
Yeah, maid.
Yeah, I'm gonna say maid.
You cook spicy food.
Yeah, no one likes cleaning, eh?
No one likes cleaning.
Yeah, personal maid. All right. Would you rather solve world hunger or global warming?
World hunger.
Oh, world hunger.
100.
Yeah.
That's an easy one. Would you rather have telekinesis?
Wait, on that, have you guys seen that there's controversy around Mr. Beast putting up the 100 wells in Africa?
No.
No.
100 what in Africa?
Wells, water. He went to 100 places in Africa. And
What's the controversy?
How could there possibly be controversy?
Because there's always a bunch of dickheads that are like, oh, this is highlighting him. This is all about him.
Making him look like the good guy.
Yeah. And it's like, well, if he doesn't publish it, or him publishing it gets him more views, gets him more money to do more stuff like that. There's a difference. I think a lot of people do virtue signaling and like film themselves giving a homeless person $20. Like that is true virtue signaling.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Just give the money away because you want to, or give groceries away because you want to. No one needs to know about that. But something on that scale, I think also that one of the governments was pissed off because like he came in and did a bunch of stuff that they've been promising for a decade. And it's like, well, that's what happens with corrupt governments.
Yeah.
They funnel the money out and they don't do. And it's like, how could there be any controversy around someone genuinely going around and changing people's lives? What he's doing is awesome.
Remember when he fixed like 1,000 people's eyesight?
Eyes, yeah, same thing happened. Exactly the same thing happened. There's always going to be some negative Nancy. It's like, I think he's amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that some YouTube kid has more power than most governments on earth is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when Akon got solar power in somewhere in Africa. And then he was like, his car got rammed off the road and there was all this crazy stuff happening. Like,
What do you mean? I don't know any of this.
You'll have to look it up. I'm might be speaking a little bit out of like context, but so the general gist of it is he created all these solar power things somewhere in Africa to give people power.
Yeah.
And obviously the government didn't like it or someone higher up didn't like it and they were pretty much trying to get him killed.
In
Wow.
Africa or
Yeah.
in America?
In Africa.
You're wild.
Yeah. Just for doing some, something good, some
Yeah.
philanthropy.
Crazy.
Jeez.
Anyway.
Would you rather have telekinesis, the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy, the ability to read minds?
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, first one.
I don't want to know what people are thinking.
Yeah, fuck. Imagine the head noise with that.
No way.
How cool would that be to move
Driving
things with your
me
mind?
insane.
Yeah.
That would be a
Yeah.
punishment.
Yeah, it actually would be.
Yeah.
What would you move? What would be the first thing you'd do? I
Oh,
already know what I'd do.
Laziest person in the world.
This morning I was trying to get Jerry to get my shoes for me for our morning walk. I was like, Jerry, get my shoes, get my shoes.
What are you going to move first?
I was going to do something wild and be like to you guys, fuck, I reckon I can squat 300. And you guys would be like, what the fuck? No, you can't.
Without getting under the bar.
Move it while it's on your back.
Yeah, I'd move it while it's on my back.
Yeah.
And you guys would be like, whoa.
Do like a split squat or something. A pistol squat.
It's quite sad that of all the things you could do, that's what you go to.
It's not, but I just thought it'd be wild, it'd be funny as.
It would be very cool. But to be fair, all the things I was thinking of to do first is like trolling people.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather experience the beginning of the universe or witness the end?
The end.
Beginning.
I go beginning.
Beginning would be cool. CJ. All right. Deeper. What
As
if
if you don't want to know the beginning, Thomas. It's all you speculate about.
Me?
Yes.
As if you do.
Like,
When do I speculate about this?
like, oh, like they say that it started this year, but it was actually this year.
That's not what I talk about. I talk about ancient civilizations.
Yeah.
All right, CJ, would it
Roman Empire.
so what if you got to witness the beginning and then you found out, you're like, wait, Jesus, like imagine if you went back,
Yeah.
would it change your faith?
Whoa, that's a really good one.
Like, because would you, like, if I was like to you, bro, I've got this portal, you can go back and check to see what the start was. And then if you went back and you saw Jesus wasn't real, would you come back?
Oh yeah, if Jesus wasn't real, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because it is based off faith.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No. If Jesus wasn't real
Yeah.
and he never walked the earth, yeah, I'd for sure would go back on my faith. Yeah.
Oh, so you would go back on it? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, because that'll be a hard one, eh?
I think it's much easier to believe, and I'm not saying this as like positively or negatively charged. It's much easier to believe in a creator than the fact that there was just nothing and then there was something.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Much more logical and easier to believe. And again, I'm not debating the beginnings of the universe or anything like that, but like when you zoom out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that question sounds weird from me. I'm not like, me and CJ always talk about religion and, yeah. Would you rather live in a world where it rains different substances every day or a world where gravity randomly shifts directions?
Ooh,
What?
that's man.
Would one of the substances be chocolate milk?
Yeah,
That'd be a
oak.
good day. Oh gosh.
Oh,
That could be so dangerous if gravity just pulled one way.
Yeah, nah, I'm
That's
going the
so-
rain for sure.
But
Yeah,
then,
me too.
what if it's raining like
Acid.
acid?
I was gonna say
just
that-
melting.
Wait,
This
which
is
kind
one
of
of-
acid?
This is the this is one of those like fears. You know, like quicksand. You're scared of it from a kid.
Yeah.
You're scared. You even at the beach, you're like, I might get swallowed today. This might be it. Acid rain's always been a thing for me as well. Like it starts raining, I'm like, I wonder if it's safe.
I wonder if it's safe.
You hear about acid rain. Like, if you actually Google as an adult what acid rain is and the likelihood of it happening and where it happens, we've got nothing to fear. But
Has it actually happened?
yeah, acid rain's a real thing.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, just like quicksand's a real thing. But
Yeah,
the likelihood
right.
of you stepping in quicksand at Burley Heads is pretty low.
Yeah.
Oh. Would you rather get $10 million right now or get $1 million a year for the next 10 years?
Oh.
10
Probably-
million now.
I get
Yeah.
10 now.
Yeah, invest, baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd probably go $1 million a year.
Why?
Don't know.
Just be different.
Yeah, no, like, I don't know. I thought about it before. I was like, I don't know.
I'm just thinking more like $1 million would be less each year because of
Well,
inflation.
does this sound weird? But I don't want my life to will drastically change. But I was like, nah, like, I don't know.
You know how
Yeah.
they say most people who win the lottery run out of the money in like 2-3 years
Yeah.
and they're left with nothing?
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It's actually very common.
It's pretty funny though. Eh?
I know. It
like,
seems
bro.
such an oxymoron.
Pull your head in.
You just pull your head in.
You're $10 million.
Yeah.
How'd you spend it?
Yeah, but like people who are bad with money are bad with money regardless of how much money there is.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Like someone who's bad with money on a $60,000 a year salary is still, if they live paycheck to paycheck, they'll still live paycheck to paycheck on 120 grand
Yeah.
because they just see that as a resource. It's coming in. It's like, I can buy things. And so when people make more money, they're just like, I can buy nicer things. Or they're idiots and they're like, I can open another zero.
Look, if I did though, there'd be signs. There'd be some signs.
You'd know.
You'd know.
I have gold
Yeah.
teeth.
No, you would.
Bro, I want gold teeth. I want that one
Really?
gold. Yeah.
Oh, well, just one gold,
Yeah.
not a whole.
Nah.
Which one?
Yeah.
That one.
Oh.
How much does a gold tooth even cost?
I've looked into it. There's
I wonder if Belle could hook you up.
who's that?
Benny's wife.
Oh yeah, that's what she does. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Might have gold tooth soon.
Nice. It comes with like diamond grills.
Yes.
Twist your quads, baby.
All right, that's us.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Thank you for listening. Give us 5 stars. Miss you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the Zero Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, _weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.